Hello! Welcome to another of Venefica's occult findings. I said I had one I wanted to do, and you might as well sit down because I feel this is going to be a long one. I have lately been doing them every so many months, but I'm feeling that I might go back to doing them monthly because it tends to build up so much stuff, so they take forever. Anyway, let's get started with some crystals. First one I wanted to show you are these. They are little aventurine tips, points I think they are called in English, and they're double terminated. So if I can just get them out of the baggie, here we go. Very cute little tips. You see they are points. They are double terminated. I was thinking that these would be good for some money spells. Basically just having them in one each in my palm like this, and just lie down and meditate on basically having a better flow of my economics. Or at least that was the plan. And then I forgot to show this from the alternative fair. If my camera wants to focus, there we are. I forgot to show this one from the alternative fair. It is basically a little piece of rock crystal, and it was given to me by that healer who healed my foot to basically strengthen the healing. And I don't have a lot of stones. I have this one. It's basically those that has been, what do they call this process? Basically a metal bonded to the stones. I think they are called, oh no, I have it on the tip of my tongue. I think I use aluminium. Anyway, this should, they said it would be good for life extension work, so I got one of those. And this one is the same, it's just a shell that has been treated like that. It's not stones I've worked with before, so I have to read up a bit about them. And that's the stones I got. I have got two pendulums. I got this one because I thought it's some sort of jasper. Or is it? It's jasper. But I really love those rings on it. I think it was very, very pretty. And I got a pendulum. This type of pendulum I have been wanting for so long. It is a orgonite pendulum. Like I said, I'm really into orgonite. I don't like that pseudo-science idea about it, but because it is energy work, that's what it is. But it works very well for me, and I finally got an orgonite pendulum, and it works so well. I really enjoy working with this. Oh, and excuse my nails, they are being redone today. So yeah, that's the stones and pendulums I got. I got one altar tool, and that is this gorgeous offering bowl. You can see it's a moon goddess. She has the moon faces around her arms, and it's just room to put a bit of rice or flowers or something like that. In the bowl, right now, it's going to contain the stones I've already shown, so that I have some order in them when I'm going to put them away later. So yeah, I saw this offering bowl in another person's basically haul video, and I just fell in love with it, so I had to track it down on the internet and get it. Now I got something very, very odd, and I have to move my camera back a bit because it's pretty big. So let me do that. Sorry for bumping you. Let's see if I can get it. Stay. I'm balancing it on my knees. I'm hoping it won't just fall over now. What is this? Basically, it's a spring ucha. The concept with this is that this thing spins around and this one bends. So it becomes sort of like a combination of a ucha board and a pendulum. The concept worked quite well. However, for the price, this is basically stickers, the decoration. The wood is very cheap. There's chipping on the metal. I mean, I am not happy with the quality of this at all. The quality is completely shitty. But be that as it may, the concept is rather okay. And if I find myself working a lot with spring ucha, I might just make myself one that is better quality. So yeah, but I'm a bit disappointed about the quality, but the concept works quite well. I'm going to do a review of that one eventually, if anybody's interested. So yeah, then we can move on to some magazines. I visited my mother not long ago, and I always get some, almost always get some New Age magazines to read on the train. So I got Nara, number 2, 2014. It is a pretty good Swedish magazine. Then I got Medium, which is my favorite one. It's my favorite New Age magazine of them all. And it is number 2, 2014 as well. Had some very good articles in this one. And then I got Ilchel, which then translates as the Fire Soul. And it's number 1, 2014. And I also got some Spirits and Destiny. I got this one, which is March 2014. I love New Age magazines, especially when I'm sitting on the bus or train or something like that, because, like I've said before, I say almost every one of these videos, it's like reading a book can become then somewhat distracting with all the people around, but reading an article in a magazine, that's quite easy. And then I have February 2014. And I just got, I think it was yesterday, no, I mean Saturday, I got April 2014. I try to get Spirit and Destiny every month. So yes, and then we can move on to some books. We just have to move a few things out of the way here first, so I can get at them. Books is definitely the thing I got the most of, and it's generally what I get the most of each month. So yeah, let's start. I have this tiny little one here, Elrod's Secrets of Energy Dosing by Barbara Downey-Trebeck. I just wish they would have said that it was this small. I mean, one thing is when they say it is, how many pages is this? 56 pages, but when they doesn't say that it isn't then the standard A5 format, I sort of feel a little bit cheated, but okay. Then I have The Eclectic Witch Book of Shadows by Reverend Jessica M. West, and it's by, I think it's self-published. Pretty sure it's self-published. I've been getting a lot of these self-published occult books lately, just to flash out my occult library with things that are not. Basically, everybody has modern magic, and yeah, that reminds me. It's so sad that Donald Michael Frey died. I mean, he was an awesome author. But anyway, everybody has his books. Everybody has Scott Cunningham's books, and so on and so forth. I like to look at some of the more basically self-published books and so on. Let me just check these. Elrod books. What he published it. ETC is the publisher. And I got Sigillum Diaboli, a complete guide to divining with demonic sigils by S. Connolly. Connolly. That person. So it's a divination system using basically demonic symbols. You have to make the symbols yourself, and I think that would be a nice little craft project, as well as I really like these unusual divination systems. Then I got Energy Magic, and yeah, that one too. I think it's self-published. Then I got this one, Energy Magic by Eric and Katrina Rushford. A guide to short-term and long-term positive manifestation using bio-universal energy. I'm definitely an energist, so I really love all sorts of books about using energy within magic. I would love to be a Jedi. Sith, possibly. Yeah. And Energy Magic is published by, does you have a publisher? No, it also seems to be self-published. And then I've gotten this one. The side of my nose itches. Hodo and Conjure New Orleans. It's basically a magazine, but I think it's yearly, or it comes out every few months. But it's basically just chock full of articles and such. It's just very, very nice. All sorts of different ideas and articles and how to do things. This is the first volume, as far as I know. I have ordered the second volume because I was so impressed with this one. So yes, moving on. And who published this one? I think I forget to check constantly. Must be somebody who publishes this. Well, it doesn't say. Creole Moon Publications, is it? It has a publisher. Creole Moon Publications. Then I have The Waters and the Fires of Avalon, Magical Rites from a Glastonbury Pilgrimage by Christopher Pansack and the Temple of Witchcraft Community. I haven't read this yet. I picked it up on a whim because Christopher Pansack wrote it, and I generally like his books. And it's by Copper Cauldron Publishing. So yeah, it just seems so interesting. And here's a book I just had to have. Principles of Magic by Jeffrey Pearce. Pearce? Is that how it's supposed to be pronounced? Pearce? A traditional trained shaman's teachings on the mystic arts. It seems like he has a very unique idea about magic, so I haven't read the book yet, but I can't wait to dig into it. And it's by Sage and Scribe Books. And I got this one, Shamans in Asia, by Clark Shilson and Peter Knecht. If I didn't butcher the names. And it's by Rutledge, a Taylor Francis book. And basically, yeah, it's a book about shamanism in Asia. I found it very, very interesting. And I have Hecatian Magic by B. Morland. I'm really interested in the goddess Hecate. And now it's Circe who is my patron goddess, and Hermes my patron god. but I always loved Hecate, and yeah, and it also seems to be self-published. I itch. I have eaten something I shouldn't. You see, I am very much allergic to sugar. That sounds strange, I know, but yeah. So my hubby brought home these peanuts with Mexican fiesta. The problem is that I ate quite a bit of them, and then I look at the ingredients and there's sugar in them. So yeah, like crazy. But moving on, you are not really interested in my peanut habits, are you? Or my allergies? You're interested in my occult books. I have the Green Mother's Book of Shadows. Everyday Spells and Rituals for the Practical Witch by Venefica. I'm not even going to try. Her. And I also think this is self-published. I went on a bit of a self-published and more narrow publication binge on Amazon lately. And then I have this one that I also had to have when I saw it. It's Esoteric Training in Everyday Life by Garrett Knight. And it's by Skylight. It's basically all sorts of esoteric ideas and how to apply it in your everyday life. Because like I said, I very much think that magic should be a part of everyday life. If you just reserve it to when you need it the most, or for magical rite, or basically for religious ceremony, then sure, if that's your thing, then I'm not gonna complain. But I feel that you will get much more out of it if you make it a part of your everyday life. So yeah, and I got Curses and Bindings, How to Do Them, How to Defend Against Them, How to Heal From Them by Tanita. And it is by Balboa Press. So yeah, generally I'm a very, very nice person, but I am into the more darker aspects of occultism as well. Though I feel that curses are like basically physical violence. Unless you're ready to do physical violence, don't do a curse. I mean, I did a curse not that long ago, though I regretted it later and sent a blessing to try to contract it. I don't know if that works because generally you can't pull spells back. You can try to do basically a spell to try to banish your own what you sent out, but that's generally not that easy. So, but I got so incredibly angry at somebody, and but I generally regretted it very much later. So generally don't do curses unless it is basically you would have been moved to do physical violence. I feel that curses are not in and of itself, you should never do them. But they are violence. Let's not kill ourselves. Even if you sit nice and safe in your home and toss this shit out, it is violence. And unless you are ready to do violence, don't do a curse. And be sure, because I've really felt like shit about that for a while, so be sure it's actually what you want. Moving on. I have a companion book to that, what was its name? The Green Mothers. Basically this one. The Green Mother's Book of Shadows. I have a companion book to that, Being the Green Mother, by the same person I cannot pronounce her name. Her. And it's also self-published. I mean, I really like these basically small paths that people have made for themselves and such. I generally find very good ideas there that I can take and use for my own practice. I really love books like that. And then I have a self-help book. It's The Steady Way to Greatness. Liberate Your Intuitive Potential and Manifest Your Heartfelt Desires by Melanie Barnum. And it's published by Llewellyn. I have a soft spot for self-help books like this. Become more intuitive, all of those things. I know a lot of occultists hate them as fluffy, but yeah, I have a soft spot for them. And I have Occult Experiments in the Home, Personal Explorations of Magic and the Paranormal by Duncan Barfoot. And it's by Aeon. I just thought this sounded like a very interesting little book. Only problem is that, that some velvety but you only feel like crap cover. Yeah, that makes me sad. This one was another random buy that I just had to have when I saw it. It's Scrying the Secrets of the Future. How to use crystal balls, fire wax mirrors, shadows, and spirit guides to reveal your destiny by Cassandra Asen, and it's by New Page Books. And I really love scryings, divinations, and such. So I just thought this was seemed like an interesting book, and when I got it secondhand relatively cheap, I couldn't resist. And here's one I also had to have. It's Sacred Power, Holy Surrender, Living a Spiritual Power Dynamic, edited by Raven Caldera. I am very much into spiritual BDSM, and basically BDSM based on spiritual ideas. BDSM, sex, magic, all of those things. And Raven Caldera is an amazing author within that field. So, and I think he has a few of the, written a few of the articles in here as well. Basically, this is a book with different kinds of articles about a spiritual idea of BDSM, and I just had to have it. There's not that many books within that field, so I try to get as many of them as I can. Let me see what the company published it. It's Alfred Press has published it. And then I got the course Witchcraft Theology, introduced by Melcine Draco. And basically it's about yeah, it's a commentary on the modern witchcraft community. That's what it is. And then I have, I should say who made it. It's Moon Books made it. And then I have Magic for the Elemental Witch from the Copper Cauldron series by Diana Anderson, and it's New Gaia Press. I'm very much into getting more into elementalism, and I thought this would be a good book to pick up. And here's a book I have already reviewed. It is Herbal Remedies for Dummies, a reference for the rest of us by Christopher Hobbs. I'm not gonna say a lot more about this because, like I said, I have a recent review of it. And then I have Heal Yourself with Angels, Meditations, Prayers and Guidance by Patricia Paps, and it's by Llewellyn. Now, I have two problems with this book. One is that velvety cover, oh yeah. And secondly, I hate it when they do it like this. Basically, then they can say, oh, our book has, how many pages are you? Lot of commercial, lot of commercial, lot of commercial. 274 pages. Yeah, make it then actually a normal size paperback, because if they had a normal size paperback in this, it might be 200 pages. So it's a way to trick the customer. I don't like that. I haven't read the book though, so it might be awesome. I just don't like it when they say it's basically so and so many pages, but then don't mention the tiny book. Yeah. Here's another tiny book. We have Goddess Spells for Busy Girls by Jen McConnell, and it's by Vaser Books. I just had to get it. It just sounded so much fun, and it's full of these fun, cute little spells and rituals. I have a soft spot for basically spell books and collections of spells and such, so I just had to have that. And here I have a book I've been so much looking forward to showing because I hope there's certainly somebody who likes to troll my channel and complain and complain and complain that I am eclectic and might actually use some African magic within my eclectic path. I so hope you see this book because I feel that knowing that this book exists will ruin your day. Honestly though, I really found this book to be quite interesting. It's A Witch's World of Magic, expanding your practice with techniques and traditions from diverse cultures by Melanie Marquis, and it's by Llewellyn. Basically, it's all sorts of different practices, concepts, ideas, spells, and so forth from all over the world, and how to include it within your pagan path. So, I mean, it must be for me, it's amazing because I'm eclectic, but it must be the most horrible book in existence for a certain someone. And I think that if I won the lottery and I won billions and billions of dollars, and I would get a house and all of those things, I would also buy, I mean, a hundred copies of this and just ship it to that certain someone so he could drown in them. Because I'm petty. That's why. Um, the subtle body The Subtle Body Practice Manual, a comprehensive guide to energy healing by Cindy Dale, and it's published by Sounds True. More energy work, and this one is pretty good. Then I have Unleash Your Psychic Powers by Embroswen Pascuvel, and it's by let's see, it doesn't say. I got this because A, I'm interested in psychic powers. B, I love the cover. It does look like a cheap fantasy novel, but yeah. And yeah, it had gotten some good reviews on Amazon, so it was sort of like an impulse buy, but yeah. I can't really pronounce the name of the author though. So, yeah. And I've gotten Oracle Bones Divination, the Greek I Ching, by Costa Deverinis. I'm not sure who published this. Let's see. Does it say? Destiny Books published it. And it's basically how to do divination with casting bone. So I'm not sure how I'll make my set. I might just make it out of polymer clay if I can't get bones to make it from. Though my mother knows quite a few hunters, so I might be able to get bone there. And for the last book, my hair is getting in the way. For my last book of the haul, I have The Essential Enochian Grimoire, an introduction to angel magic from Dr. John Dee to the Golden Dawn by Aaron Leigh, and it's by Llewellyn. The subject sounds very, very interesting. I'm interested in Enochian magic, and this sort of gives an introduction to that, and generally using angels in magic, so yeah, sounded fun. So, let's move on to some oracle cards. I have the Aboriginal Goddess chakra cards. I just thought it sounded so interesting and unique. And it's by spiritofdreaming.com. And here is one I have already reviewed. It's the Tattoo Oracle cards by Carmine Wilson and Peniel Napoli. And this one I've just gotten. It's the Tarot Draconis. And after Game of Thrones, everything that has dragons has to have a white-haired woman. Yeah, it's sort of the law. Get arrested if you don't have a sexy white-haired woman somewhere on the cover. Another one I've just gotten, it's Witchling's deck and book set. It's an oracle deck. I haven't gotten around to using it yet, but just sounded fun. And I have, and it's by Paulina Cassidy. And I have the Tarot of the Orishas, created by Solak and illustrated by Durkheim. I wonder if that's their birth names. It's published by Llewellyn, I think. I got this some while ago, but I haven't really felt like getting into it. I'm going to get into it. It's an amazing set. I just haven't felt it right yet. And then I have another one I have already reviewed. It's Less Vampires by Jasmine Pocket Griffith and Lucy Cavendish. And for the last thing of this haul, which is about time because we are over half an hour, and that is Tarot of the Night by Richard Shadowfox. It's published by Shepherd. And it's this huge set. So, yeah. That was my haul. I hope you have enjoyed it, and do, if you have an opinion on it, please tell me in the description box whether not you want these mega hauls once every few months, or if you want smaller hauls once a month. Yeah. So, have a great day. Blessed be.